stop going abroad to look for immigrants that are already here.
Thank you.
We have a lot of immigrants here,
Yes.
educated ones at that. I always say, if you take, especially immigrants from West Africa,
Yeah.
if you take 10 of them, 9 of them have at least bachelor degree. We are really educated.
Yeah.
So stop going out of Finland. Finland needs more work. They need to upgrade their workforce. We already have them here.
Hello, Emily Show is here again with another interesting discussion regarding the challenges of immigrants in Finland. And let me remind you that this show is all about highlighting the challenges that immigrants face in Finland. So our topic for today's discussion is titled The Challenges of Building a Career in Finland. And we are happy to have a very important guest with us to discuss this topic with. Her name is Mrs. Tabi Emilia. So meet Mrs. Tabi. Welcome, Mrs. Tabi, to Emily Show.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a delight to be here, and I must commend what you're doing. So
thank you very much. So let's begin by hearing a little bit about yourself. So can you tell our audience about yourself?
Okay, my name is Tabi Emilia. I'm from Cameroon, and I moved there as an international student to pursue my master's in intercultural communication and administration here in Finland, in Vasa, to be precise. And I think that's basically all about me. Or if I want to go more about my career journey, just in brief, after my master's, I worked as a teacher, and then I applied to Hakahelia vocational school to become a certified teacher in Finland. So basically, that has been my journey.
Wow, thank you, Mrs. Tabi. So yeah, we are here to discuss challenges of building a career in Finland. Okay. So can you tell our audience, can you a little bit describe to our audience your experiences with searching for a career job in Finland?
That's a hustle. I think it's like I would just tell me like Mission Impossible kind of, but I think it's something that is achievable. It's doable, but it's tough. It's really, really, really tough. I remember after graduation, in short, while still in my program, my master's program, I was unable to get an internship because when you apply to become a communication trainee, obviously you are in Finland, you are required to have not just basic Finnish, but you have to be fluent in Finnish. And as an international student, my Finnish language was 0, so there wasn't like any chance for me to get an internship or training in the communication field. So I started facing that challenge during my first year, getting into my second year. And so I was already discouraged even before graduating. I had already made up my mind like this is not going to work. This is not going to be possible here in Finland. I won't be able to work in the communication field because of the language barrier. And when we talk about the language barrier, I just want to be clear. It's not like you go study the language for a year or 2 years, then you can pick up a job. No, when they talk about being fluent or near native Finnish, that's kind of I would say it's kind of hidden discrimination. They are just using that to scare international students away, especially when we talk about traineeship, because let's be realistic. International students, they are here in Finland, they've lived here less than 2 years, they've been busy with their studies, and now you want them to have near native Finnish language. Like, where did they get that from? It's not possible. So I view it as kind of like a hidden discrimination, So I already made up my mind. I'm like, if I need to work in an NGO here in Finland, of which we all know. So I ended up getting something from Afais, which is it's owned by an African from Nigeria, Mama Africa. So I got something from there. But how many of those NGOs like being owned by Africans do we have here in Finland? How many of them exist? So at that point, I already know from an early stage that this is gonna be a tough ride, and it hasn't been easy from that point.
Let's ride on. What do you think? Like, what will you say are some of these reasons apart from language and discrimination? What do you think that other reasons why it's difficult for you to build a career in Finland? Are there any other reasons?
I think there are so many reasons. I as an African immigrant, I always like to kind of differentiate, because most of the times when we talk about immigrants, I can't compare myself to someone from maybe from any European country, or someone from the UK. That's different, or someone from the US or Canada. It's different whether we like it or not. As an African immigrant, we suffer. I know that for African immigrants, they suffer more. So if other immigrants are doing 20% of the work, we are doing like 100% of the work to get there. Because, for example, when I graduated as a teacher, I have been applying for communication, like to teach on communication, English language, or business English. So you apply for a job and then you get a call and like, oh, your CV is amazing, but we can't hire you because you are not a native speaker, in the sense that you are not from the US, you are not from Canada, you're not from the UK. So that's why I say, like, for us African immigrants, it's different because we still have this discrimination going on. And another thing is the fee of studying. I moved from communication to education fee, and we all know these two fees. Like, there's no way you can survive without a near native Finnish language. And also, I've worked in different schools, be it universities, be it vocational schools, be it secondary schools, and in all these different schools, my position hasn't been like top level or middle level. It's been like the low, So which means, like, they're just telling you that you are not welcome here, no matter how much you try. So I'll say there are other issues when it comes to the field, because in the IT field, the Finnish language barrier is it's limited. It's not that much. But when it comes to the education fee, when it comes to communication fee, I don't know about other fields, but I know that it is really difficult as an African immigrant to survive here. But you don't have to give up. Keep pushing. And it's I always say it's one thing for you not to try, and then so you'll not be able to voice out your concerns. You'll not be able to advocate for others, because when you are being asked, like, how many jobs have you applied? Do you have a good CV? Are you connecting? Is your network okay? Are you on LinkedIn? So have you studied? So I always say, do all the work so that they won't have any reason, because I've applied for thousands of jobs. I'm still applying, even though I am working at Finland as an invigilator. I invigilate the IELTS, International English Language Test. So, but that's not my dream job. I would love to be full-time teacher. So I still apply, and I have a good LinkedIn, more 500 plus connection. At least that's the highest. So there is. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about when it comes to me connecting, networking? I attend events, and but it's still
It's still difficult.
it's still
to
difficult.
learn that career.
Yeah, to learn that, that job that you really wanted. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
and
good to do all the work so that you won't be blamed.
yeah. Yeah, you've mentioned really good points here, and I heard about discrimination even in the English language jobs. So this is trying to tell us that as an African immigrant, you're already in a disadvantaged position. So they still don't give you the job, even when it is an English-speaking job.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. And may I ask, do you think there are any factors that can enable you to work towards achieving your goal, or work towards building your career? Are there any enabling factors?
For me, I would say personally, I've resolved to I'll keep applying, and I'll keep also learning more, because as we all know, things are changing, technology is coming into the picture. So I'll just try to learn more about things that will make me a better teacher, so that if in case tomorrow I have the opportunity, then I'll have all the equipment that I need to do the work. And the other thing too is what you're doing, to tell others about what's going on and how to overcome some of these challenges. Look at your passion. And if you are watching, don't say, I studied social service, I studied business, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Look at that thing that you're passionate about, and then focus on it. Now we have entrepreneurship, which is a big deal in Finland. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but that's something to keep you sane. So you are doing something that you're passionate about, and you're fulfilling your purpose when you're applying for that full-time job.
Okay.
I started my YouTube channel last year about assisting and giving information to students that want to move to Finland, and I would say that's my biggest accomplishment in Finland. So try to also get to work. You can become an entrepreneur, because in Finland, if you are sitting and you're waiting to get that job in your field of study, you may never do anything, and that's why you see you have to wait forever. And you see immigrants, they are depressed, they are being all negative. You can find solace in what you love, in your purpose and in your passion. So for me, that's the way forward.
Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Tabi. You've really spoken very good points here, and what you're saying in a nutshell is immigrants shouldn't give up on their dreams. They shouldn't give up in pursuing that career that they really love. Yeah, you can do something else for the meantime, but don't give up on that career, because you never know. Something good may come your way someday. But then we need to say these things so that someone can hear us, and maybe a solution can come from somewhere. Who knows? We know it's quite difficult and near impossible to really learn a career job in Finland, or to build a career in Finland, but it's not impossible. We should keep trying, just like Tabi said. You've dropped tons of applications, but the job has not come yet. You're still there trying to do more applications. You're not giving up. That is very good. And we should, all immigrants should try to find,
I think the thing with most of us is it's either when we get a job. So we don't get the job, that's not your dream job. So you can get a job that you meet ends, because you have to pay bills, you have to take care of the family and other things. But what is that particular? That's your career dream, that you want, that you've been dreaming of. What is it? So you keep developing yourself in that sector, and you also keep applying and looking for other opportunities, because I most times people ask, why are you looking for a job? You have a job. I have a job. right?
That's not
But
the
that,
job.
yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, that's not my ideal job.
Yeah.
That's not where I want to be.
Mhm.
But that's the job that I have. That's what I used to take care. And also, it's not like it's completely out of the education fee, because I work with students as well, like adult students who write these exams. I invigilate them and I kind of give them directions. But that's not what I want to do, and I want to be a teacher,
Okay.
a full-time teacher, so that's why I'm not letting that dream go away.
Yeah.
I'm still applying,
Yeah.
I'm still pursuing why on this job. So
Okay.
you may be doing something that is not your ideal job, just to put food on the table, just to keep yourself busy, contribute to the society.
Okay.
But don't give up.
Yeah.
You have to, because I'm saying this because it's easy to be like, oh, I'm tired, at least now I have something that I'm doing, I don't care, or I care less. But years are going, days are passing, and you keep doing one and the same thing for years, and at the end of the day you're like, what have I achieved
either
so far?
unemployed or you're
Exactly.
underemployed.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that is what many immigrants are suffering from:
Yeah.
unemployment or
Yeah.
underemployment.
Yeah.
In fact, majority of immigrants, they are not doing the job
Yeah.
that they really want. They're just doing a job just to like put food on the table and take care of themselves. Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Tabby. It was really nice having you. Do you have any suggestions that you can give that maybe the Finnish authorities may want to? Because I heard that we have all learned that the Finnish government is working hard in trying to help immigrants have a better integration into the Finnish society. Yeah, is there any suggestions that you think you can give?
I would say I hope and I wish that the Finnish government was really actively trying, or is actively trying to help immigrants, because I think they are not ready yet. They are not there yet. Yeah, we like a lot of research has been done. People have been making noise. People have been talking about this, and nothing is being done. Like Finland is not there yet, but I would still suggest, just for the record, at least this is online, and so the internet never forgets.
Yeah.
So I would suggest that the Finnish government should look into the plight of immigrants. And when I talk about looking into the plight of immigrants from the early stage in the sense that if you want students to have a certain level of finish after graduation, then you have to start it from year one. I think some few university of applied science, they are trying to do that right now. They in such a way that like Finnish language is compulsory, and if by your second year you have you've attained some level of Finnish, like you'll be given a scholarship. So they are using these incentives to encourage students to learn the language, and I think this is really good because by the time you spend 1 or 2 years and you're looking for that internship, at least you have a basic knowledge, in Finnish, which I think is good. And the other thing is for the employers, if a job is an English job, like if the job advertisement is in English, then that's an English job. So there's no need advertising a job in English, and by the time you scroll down and you get to the essay, you need to have native level of Finnish. It doesn't make sense. If you are looking for a native speaker, advertise that job in Finnish, because I am so versed and I'm so good with job hunting. So if I see a job advertisement in Finnish, I don't look at it, because I know that my Finnish level is not that good. But it's annoying and frustrating when you see a job in English and then you want someone to be a native English speaker and a native Finnish speaker. Like, I don't even understand how that works. I studied linguistics in my bachelor level. So when we talk about competence, language competence, it means that I know how to express myself, and I know I know a level of that language. It is not native. When you're talking about native, it's like your like that's in the child's first language. Like I grew up knowing that language. Like I've lived in Cameroon all my life, and I've just lived here for a few years. You don't expect me to speak like a Finn.
Yeah.
You know, that is not even real. So employers should stop discriminating using the language as a barrier.
Yeah.
It is okay. There are some sectors I don't expect the hospital to employ a doctor who can't speak Finnish, because we're in Finland. We have to respect the host country. But when we're talking about IT job, when I have to sit behind my computer and do the work, and now you have people working from home, you don't even need to socialize with your colleagues and in the office. You don't need that Finnish language, and you want me to have near native level. That's insane, So if you are going for the Finnish speakers, advertise your jobs in Finnish, and you're looking for the English speakers, you advertise your job in English. And the other recommendation that I want to give is stop going abroad to look for immigrants that are already here. We have a lot of immigrants here, educated ones at that. I always say, if you take, especially immigrants from West Africa, if you take 10 of them, 9 of them have at least bachelor degree. We are really educated. So stop going out of Finland. Finland needs more work. They need to upgrade their workforce. We already have them here. Take for example Canada. Just this year, they passed a law that international students can, like, there's no limit. Alright, they can work more than 20 hours. Why? Because they needed that workforce. That's you making use of the talent of the immigrants that you have in your country. Finland cannot be leaving international students that studied here,
graduated,
well qualified, and you are looking for a workforce outside Finland.
What about
the ones you have? So they should get serious, because like I mentioned, they are not there yet. They are not even ready to amend the situation. Because when you are ready, you make use. Finland have that, like, they have everything. There's a lot of talent available, and you are not using them. You are sending them to old people's home to go work. You are sending them to all the other sham jobs. Meanwhile, these are people, just imagine,
you have educated
right up to PhD level.
So it means they don't even trust their own degrees.
Exactly. So Finland has the best education system, and then I come to Finland, I acquire the best education. And the country with the best education can qualify the best student. Wasting time, wasting taxpayers' money. If you don't need international students, I'm pained with this, because I have a YouTube channel where I encourage students to come study. If there's one thing I love about this country, is the education system. That's my positive thing about this country. So I promote the education system. But anything apart from that, Finland is lacking, and they need to sit up.
So it was really a great and rich discussion with you, Mrs. Tabi.
Thank you.
We really appreciate your presence and your contribution to this channel. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have anything to add to what Mrs. Tabi has said here, please let us hear in the comment section. And I will just encourage us to continue to like, share our videos, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Please do not forget to click the notification bell, because we upload a video once every week. So stay tuned to next week's video for more vibes concerning the challenges of immigrants in Finland. Thank you so much.